And we say good morning to you. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show on the road on this Monday, June the 5th, 2017. Show number 532. Glad to have you with us. We're live. You can hear it in the background, I'm sure. There was the buzzer. We're at the Milligan College basketball camp with Coach Robinson and the folks here. We were here last year and they asked us to come back, and so we're here, and there's between 90 and 100 campers here this morning and going to be here all week long. Today's day one, so we're here hanging at Milligan College, the land of the Buffaloes, and these kids having a big time. We're going to be talking to Coach Robinson coming up here in a little while. He's got camps all year long, or all summer long, I should say, and so we're going to tell you where some of those camps are for the rest of the camping season. In fact, it's got it right here. Of course, this week here at Milligan College in July, he's got 1, 2, 3 camps in July. One at Irwin at Love Chapel Elementary School. One back here in July 10th to the 14th here at Milligan. And then in Colonial Heights at Colonial Heights Christian, July 24th to the 28th. So 3 more camps after this week, again at Milligan College. And may I say, as a testimonial, as a big person, they do a great job here at this camp. They teach a lot of fundamentals. They have a devotion. He gives them a challenge from a Christian perspective, and they learn a lot of basketball here and they have a lot of fun. And so, and they go eat, and then in the afternoon they get a free hour to go swimming downstairs. They want to free time, as they call it, when they step here and shoot basketball. So it's a really good camp. And so just go to milliganbuffs.com, go under camps, and that's where you'll find Coach Robinson's camp. Also, there's a soccer camp going on here on campus today at Milligan for this week as well. So it's a busy time here at Milligan College. We dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross each and every day. We do that unashamedly. And the verse of the day to get us started today is out of the book of Proverbs. 16:3 says, "Commit your works to me, and your thoughts will be established." Commit your works to me, and your thoughts will be established. That is the verse of the day out of Proverbs 16:3. Coming up, we're going to hear from Hannah Seagrave. Hannah Seagrave is a 4-time NAIA national champion. She has won the 800-meter dash indoors and outdoors in track and field season 4 times. We'll hear from her. She's here training for the next part of her career. She graduated last month, so she's moving on. Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press going to join us a little bit later on. We got a lot to talk about with Fritzy. He'll be here talking to us in a few minutes. Also, Bill Robinson, the head coach of the Milligan basketball team, obviously the men's team. Also, Sarah Robinson, his daughter, who just happens to be the AAC, the Appalachian Athletic Conference Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. I don't remember the last time one player got named both the Player and Defensive Player of the Year in a conference, a guy or girl, in a long, long time. So she'll be here. And also, the Gator Man's going to join us from Cherokee Barbershops. All that straight ahead. Take a quick break, come right back. We're going to see what happened last night. I went on record on Friday and said that Golden State could not beat the Cavaliers twice by 20-some points. They did. It was a buck whooping again last night. I don't know if the Cavaliers got anything for them or not, to be honest with you. Their hope now going back to Cleveland that they can make some noise there. Also tonight, we'll talk about this as well. On the ice tonight in Nashville, how about it? There they are, the Predators. We've got them, and they're going to be on the ice tonight skating against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup Finals 2-1. They had a big win on Saturday night, and so they will skate tonight in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Martina McBride sang the national anthem on Saturday night. Hank Williams Jr., Bo Cephas down there with a towel trying to rally the troops. So pretty cool night in Nashville. It's like a who's who comes out for the hockey match. And so tonight it is game 4, and it's a 2-1 lead by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll see what happened, what went wrong last night or what went right. If you're a Warriors fan, it's all right. If you're a Cavaliers fan, it's all wrong. We'll talk about that coming up next year. We welcome you to the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by our title sponsor right here, Grip Energy Drink. Again, with flavors white grape, lemon lime, grapefruit, pink grapefruit, pineapple, and root beer. Grip Energy Drink, available at all Food Cities, and we'll be at Food City in Colonial Heights on Friday. Quick break, we'll jump in here and go. Cavaliers and Warriors. What happened last night? It was a butt whooping again by the Warriors, but one on the Cavaliers. We'll talk about it next year on the road to Milligan College on this Monday on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're live again at Milligan College. Again, your chance to win tickets to the Thunder Valley Nationals, the spring race, of course, coming up next week again at Bristol Dragway. Your chances are, or your time is running out. We're going to give them away a week from tomorrow. 10 winners see on the screen. Over $800 worth of tickets. All you have to do is go to TomTaylorSports.com/contest and get your name in the hat. And we'll announce the winners a week from tomorrow. It's going to be here before you know it. So, again, do that as you need, but I'm telling you, why would you not? $800 worth of tickets. We're giving away 10 winners. You get, some contests you get a chance to win a pair of tickets. We got 10 folks going to win tickets for sure. So, again, go do that, as we said, and good luck. And we need your first name, last name, and pretty basic stuff. First name, last name, the town you're from, and, of course, your email address. If you win, we can get a hold of you. So there it is, TomTaylorSports.com/contest. And, again, we would thank you ahead of time. Hello to Kim Witherspoon. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you giving us a listen and a watch today. Also, April Dunn. Hello, April. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. The ladies are checking in with us today, and we appreciate that very much. All right, let's see what happened last night. Cleveland Cavaliers kept Game 2 close, longer than they managed to stay competitive in Game 1, but Golden State, no problem, beat the Cavaliers 132-113. Again, a 19-point win, so I don't know if Cavaliers got anything for them or not, to be honest with you. I was really surprised. I made the prediction they would bounce back and they would very much have a revival, if you will, but didn't happen. Kevin Durant, 33 points, 13 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, 5 block shots. Steph Curry, 32 points, 11 assists. LeBron had 29 points, 11 rebounds, 14 assists, but they go up 2-0 in the NBA Finals. And so, again, the Cavaliers, they headed back over to Cleveland, but I don't know. I mean, I'm really shocked. Let me just say this. The defense by the Cavaliers is textbook on how not to play defense. Their defense is atrocious. I mean, it just, now, I'm sure the Warriors got something to do with that because they're an outstanding team. The Cavaliers, they ain't getting it done. I guess that's how you would say it. So Cleveland adjusted its defensive schemes from game one, blitzing ball handlers rather than switching and daring Draymond Green to make plays in the mid-range. It didn't matter. Warriors just did whatever they wanted to do. Cavaliers forced 20 turnovers. They stopped the ball in transition. Generally got to the right spot before Golden State, but it didn't matter. The Warriors were too dominant. Cavaliers even tried to use their offense as a defensive tool, attacking KD and Green in the paint in the first quarter to get them in foul trouble and force them to be a little more tentative in attacking the paint. Didn't matter. Unless Kyrie Irving plays like the best point guard in this series, unless the Cavalier role players can turn things around in Cleveland, the Warriors are going 16-0 in the playoffs. They're already 14-0, and so I'm not sure they got anything for them. I was really surprised that they didn't bounce back after game one, but it is clear to me that Golden State's on a mission. I don't like either one of them. I'm a Spurs guy, but and of course deep down I'm a Larry Bird guy in the Boston Celtics, who is the greatest player of all time, in my humble opinion. But anyway, that really matters not. I'm a Spurs guy, but you got to call it the way you see it. Even Steve Kerr back on the bench coaching for Golden State, and they did everything right, and the Cavaliers did everything wrong. And so the Cavs got their hands full, obviously, and they will move into the NBA, and it will be coming up Wednesday night. Wednesday and Friday they'll be in Cleveland. Wednesday and Friday in Cleveland. So I think, okay, you'll be back?
Yeah, I think from the
Yeah.
top.
Uh-huh. Hannah's going to be here in a few minutes. See her sitting right there? Oh, yeah. She's going to rest and relax. 4-time NAIA national champion. So Cleveland and Golden State, Warriors, pretty dominant basketball team. Got to give them props. And they have dismantled the defending world champions to this point. I don't know what kind of answer they've got, Cleveland, to be honest with you. It's interesting. But what I was going to say was I think the first half of Game 3 is the series. If Cleveland goes back home and they're not leading by halftime by not only a lead but some kind of a confidence-building sizable lead by the first half of the Game 3, it's over. If they get into the same situation they got into in Golden State the first two games, I don't see them bouncing back. So I think the first half of the game on Wednesday night is the key to the series. If they can come out and sustain or get a little momentum in front of the home crowd and play like they're obviously capable of playing. The Warriors are fully aware they were up 2-0 last year and lost the series, so the Cavaliers understand that as well. So it's it's not over, but I think that first half was very, very critical coming up on Wednesday night in Cleveland. Tom Taylor Sports Show number, 532? Yep, 532nd show. Tomorrow we'll be right back here at Milligan. Wednesday we'll be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday at Champion Chevrolet. Then Friday we'll be at our normal spot on a Friday, Food City Friday. Will be at Food City this time around at Food City in Colonial Heights. So got all that coming up for you here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We got the Gator Man going to join us in a little while. Hannah Seagraves, which you see off camera. Wave at him, Hannah. There's it. 4-time national champion. I got this lady going to be on my show. You talking about feeling like a somebody. 800 indoor champion twice, 800 outdoor champion twice. Woo! That's pretty strong there.
That's 3,200.
That's 30. Gators here. That's 3,200 all day long. Also going to be hearing from Doug Fritz and the John Cena Press coming up in a few minutes. Gator, you here? You just want to go ahead and do it?
If you're ready.
While you're here. Do we have trivia?
We got trivia.
Oh, boy. Okay. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll have him next, the Gator Man. He's here from the Cherokee Barbershop. We'll have him next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here are the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. We follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
We're back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Monday. Go ahead and hit that button, bring you back to life here. My man's, as you can see on the camera, the Gator Man's in the house. Now, we have what we would call the Beauty and the Beast. The Beauty's coming up in a second.
Well, thank you.
We'll get the Beast in here and get him rolling on down the trail. Then the multi-talented Hannah Seagrave's going to join us. It's a big deal for me. I've been doing this a long time, and not too many times I've had the privilege and honor to interview not only a one-time champion, but a four-time national champion. So we'll do that in a minute. Gator. So until then, man, what a setup. The Gator. So now we got Gator. Gator's here. He's like me. He just kind of.
I cleanse the palate. I cleanse the palate.
He just goes from point A to point B. We just kind of here, just doing our thing.
I'm just happy to be here.
Just happy to be here. All right. He is going to talk about this golf tournament. There it is on screen. I say this every time I do that. I'd be a lousy weatherman. I can never get this right. There it is. Mount Empire chapter of the National Football Foundation. 3rd annual scholarship golf tournament, and you've got some good numbers already, and we're, a week from Friday, I guess, coming up. So.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks from past Friday, so we got this week and the next Friday, so I'm very excited. We've got the $4,000 credit towards the cruise if you get a hole-in-one on hole number 17 at Crockett Ridge on June 16th. The other 3 par 3s, if you get a hole-in-one, we're having a set of golf clubs, the TaylorMade blades, which is a high-dollar set of golf clubs.
Great name.
Yes, sir. Let's see. One is a 4-day, 3-night French Lick golf vacation to French Lick, Indiana. Not saying Larry Bird. Not saying you'll see him, but you never know.
The home of the Birdman.
He could be there. You never know.
The greatest basketball player ever, in my humble opinion. Go ahead.
I think it's between him and Pistol Pete. I really do.
Yep.
I used to think Michael Jordan, but the more, I don't know.
There you go.
It'd be tough.
I like this guy. He's backing my will. So you get my Milligan ball cap when I die. So
all right.
All right. So French Lick. Good stuff.
That's the other one is what was the other one? It is a golf outfit from some famous golf designer. So I'd rather have the golf clubs or the trips. But hey,
golf outfit from a famous designer.
If it's not a Hawaiian shirt, I'm not interested.
Wrangler or somebody on a Carhartt, I don't know who it is.
Dickies. But also, if anybody wants to be a member, this is a good time to bring it up. This time every year, if you're a member of the National Football Foundation, which only costs $40 a year, or $99 for 3 years, you get a vote to see who goes in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I cast my ballot this morning. You get to pick 12 players, 4 coaches, and then you get to pick for the lower level.
Yep.
And in case you're wondering, you're like, well, I don't know that many. Well, they've got bios on everything, so you can.
Yeah.
And there's some big names in there. Eric Dickerson, he's up for nomination. Warren Sapp. Let's see, who's the other one? Ray Lewis is up for nomination. So there's some big names that are not in the College Football Hall of Fame yet, and you're like, really? I mean, I would think Eric Dickerson would have been there already.
I thought so too. You remember what school he ran the football for?
He played for SMU.
You got it. You remember their nickname?
The Mustangs.
Oh, you're 2 for 2 in trivia. Now you're the one asking me.
Hey, that's when I was growing up.
Hey, you know what?
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. I've got a helpline. So if I get in trouble she can help me coming up in a few minutes.
You didn't read these, did you?
I'll have Hannah help me. There you go. Let's go ahead and
and if I catch her cheating, I can't catch her.
That's exactly right.
She could outrun me.
You won't be able to catch her, I can tell you that. Neither one of us would. So you've got 4-man team.
4-man teams.
Captain's choice.
Captain's choice at $60 a man. Breakfast will be included. Lunch will be included. Scott Carter from ETSU was going to give a little speech right before we tee off, which if you've never heard him speak, you need to hear him speak, because I guarantee you whoever's on number 1 after him is going to hit a 400-yard drive. The man just motivates.
We're talking to my man Gator. We're here live with him at the Cherokee Barbershop here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are here at Milligan College. It is quiet because all the campers have gone to go up on the hill to the cafeteria, which is really, really good food, I might add. And so they're all up there going to wolf down some lunch and come back and have the afternoon session. They went through drills here this morning, and they'll come back and start playing team play. There is another camp here, July 10th through the 14th. July 3rd through the 7th, they're going to take a camp out on the road to Irwin to Love Chapel Elementary. Then back here on the 10th and the 14th here at Steve Lacey Fieldhouse at Milligan. Then they'll wrap the camp season up July 24th through the 28th at Colonial Heights Christian Church. So if you're interested, just go to Milligan Buffs, B-U-F-F, short for Buffalo, milliganbuffs.com/camps. All the information's there. I think he said they had 90-some campers here today, which is awesome. It's almost the perfect number. They got little ones all the way up to, I believe, 7th and 8th grade kids. So Coach Robinson will be here to talk about it coming up in a few minutes. Also, the Appalachian Athletic Conference, which, of course, Milligan's the conference they're in, she is not only the Player of the Year, but the Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know when the last time I can remember being around someone who won both in the same year. Quite an honor. So Sarah Robinson will be here to talk about that in a few minutes. Hannah Seagrave's here. So Milligan's blessed with some outstanding female athletes, and these ladies are good role models for young ladies. So neat stuff. We'll have those two on coming up here in a few minutes. So this is for the National Football Foundation. Folks may not, what's that? I mean, what's that all about? So it's a good time to toot the horn for the NFF.
We are a scholarship foundation. It's for right now. We have this last year we had 8 local high schools involved. You do have to be a member of the school. Has to be a member for the football player to be eligible for the scholarship. This is our 3rd year. We've had 3 scholarship banquets. We've given out over $9,000 in 3 years.
That's awesome.
This golf tournament is our only fundraiser of the year. So whatever money we get here is the money we give scholarships.
Yep.
So we need more people to come out. We need people to sponsor holes. If anybody's interested, they can call me at the barbershop. They can call. I'll give you my personal cell phone. They can call that 213. What is my phone number? 213-0592. I never call myself.
Should I double check that? Make sure you're right.
I believe that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Last time I tried calling myself, it was busy. So.
You got a busy signal. Okay. Let's see here. We're talking to the Gator Man. We're live here at Milligan College. Did you watch the Lady Gator softball team do pretty good over the weekend?
They did very well.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, somebody's calling me right now.
There you go. 213. It ain't me. 213-0592.
Yep, that's the right number.
So again, we're talking to the Gator Man. National Football Foundation 3rd Annual Scholarship Golf Tournament. It's on a Friday, June the 16th, next Friday, heading into Father's Day weekend. Breakfast and lunch included. And again, shotguns start at $60 a person. All the money raised stays in the area and goes to benefit local athletes. And so I think that's a really cool part of this whole thing. You can call him at the number we just gave you, or you can call George Jordan at 239-9657. 239-9657 is the number to call if you want to call.
It's not official, but we do have an NFL player. If he can do it, he wants to get involved. Daniel Kilgore from the 49ers wants to get involved. If he's in town, he's going to stop by. So you never know. Come play golf. Come see you. If you can't see a pro athlete, you can see me.
Yep.
I figured I'd get something out of him on that one.
Yeah, go ahead and put that one in there. Yeah. If you can't meet an NFL player, you want to come meet Gator. Yeah, Hannah's going, yeah. Okay. Some nervous laughter. All right, here we go. 5 trivia questions. What are the categories?
Milligan College.
Milligan College. Hannah, I need your help. Okay? So I may need you as a lifeline. Okay, here we go. Let's get the bell. I feel good about getting 5 for 5 here. 5 true and false trivia questions. We do this every time Gator's on. And so, let's see. Here we go. We get all 3 of us on go. All right.
All right. I only got 4 written down, but I got one in my head.
Okay. Well, so you don't forget to do the one in your head first, because I know how you are.
I'll say there's plenty of room for it in there. Milligan
right,
College's first mascot, or Milligan College was first known as the Pioneers. True or false?
Milligan College was first known as the Pioneers. Monjay, is that true or false?
Look at him. Now he's bringing in everybody.
I'm going to win this thing. The Raiders say just win, baby. Milligan College was first known as the Pioneers before the Buffaloes. True or false? False.
He is correct.
Boy, oh, thank you. Okay.
You are correct.
All right. There we go. 1 for 1. So they were known as the Pioneers.
No.
They were never known as
the Pioneers. They were never known as Pioneers. Buffaloes always.
All right, number 2.
All right. The last time Milligan's men's basketball beat a nationally ranked team was December 1st, 2015.
True or false? I have no clue. He'll know this because he's the SID. They beat a nationally ranked team in December of 2015. You say true, you say false, Anna? Everybody's looking at each other, trying to read signals.
It's 50-50, so one way or the other.
I'm going with this young lady. Is that your final answer? Okay, all right. False
she doesn't know, so do you want to...
Is it true?
If I told
you said false, I'm going with her. I'll say false.
It's true. They beat 16th ranked Union 70-69.
All right, we're 1 for 2. All right, number 3. There we go. We're done. Okay, number 3.
All right. The last time the Milligan's men basketball team won by a 50-point margin was Halloween of 2014.
True.
It is true.
Okay.
They won. They beat King College 96-31.
Wow.
That's a beatdown.
Yeah, and they hate that around here when they beat King because that's their big rival anyway. It was at one point. All right, so I'm 2 for 3. Number 4.
All right. Milligan's men's basketball started in 1914.
Milligan's men's basketball team started in 1914. True or false? Hannah, help me. True.
Is that your final answer? I've always wanted to say that.
That is my final answer, yes.
Yes, it is true. Hit the bell.
Let it go, lady. All right. 3 for 4. Let's finish strong, Hannah. Here we go. And
Coach Robertson of the men's basketball team has a daughter playing for the women's team.
Well,
she already has. I'm setting you up. She already has 6 season records. True or false?
Let me think. Since her name's on that screen coming up in a few minutes. True or false? What do you think, Hannah? True. There we go.
It is true.
4 for 5. The only one we missed is, which one I missed? About
the Buffaloes.
Or about the Buffaloes and the Pioneers.
No. The national rank.
The national ranked team beating Union. Yeah. All right. There you go.
But think about this. As a freshman, most points as a freshman, most rebounds in a season, most blocks in a season, highest field goal percentage in a season, highest free throws in a season, and most double-doubles in a season.
There you go.
And that's not just as a freshman. That's everybody.
Can I have this?
But she did it as a freshman.
There you go. Because I'm going to interview her in a minute. That'll be a good reference point. Thank you.
So,
4 for 5.
I
All
did
right,
my
tell
homework.
me real quick about Cherokee Barbershop. We got them lined up here. We got Hannah. Doug Fritz has shown up. We got Daniel Monjay here. We got a full plate to get all these folks in.
Cherokee Barbershop is a great place to come get a haircut and a free cup of coffee. Or a free haircut if you buy the cup of coffee.
There you go. Haircuts are free. A cup of coffee costs you $11. Get to keep the cup. Doug Fritz has
I'm
been
up
here
to
before.
86.
Had his ears lowered. You what?
86.
86 brand new customers already.
Often,
man, it's a heck of a start, isn't it?
It's better than I thought it'd be.
There you go. Last year you did how many new?
203.
Hours you're open?
A long time. No, Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Saturday, 8:30 to 12.
There you go.
If you can grow it, I can cut it.
Yeah. And when this gets cut for the Pantene Beautiful Links, they're going to cut this and make it a wig for.
That'd be a dust mop.
Go ahead and say it again.
That'd be a dust mop.
Be a dust mop. There you go. Boy, I could say something. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to just let it ride. But anyway, when they get this cut, we're going to donate it to PanteneBeautifulLinks.com for ladies going through chemo and radiation for
that's a good
cancer
thing.
For women. So that's what we're growing this for. And when we get to that point, he was going to cut it, but since it's going to be a mop, we're going to go to Julio's Barbershop in downtown, wherever. So we're going to let the Gator Man do it. All right, good job. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Keep smiling, and
always.
We'll get you back on next week one more time to push a golf tournament, right?
Sounds good to me.
You got it. Quick break. We'll be right back. She's here.
It's all yours. Hey.
Hannah Seagraves and Doug Fritz join us next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here are the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance. We follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
We're back with the Tom Biller Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. You see Doug Fritz right there waiting in the wings. He's ready to talk a little sports, and so is this young lady right here. As I was saying off there, I've been doing this a long time. I don't remember ever talking to a four-time national champion. I've met some down through the years in different sports, but this young lady has won the 800-meter dash, indoor and outdoor track and field NAIA 2 years in a row. She's won a total of 4 national championships, and so her name is Hannah Seagrave, and she is not from here when you hear her talk, and she is, where is actually home? England?
Yeah, England. It's called Middlesbrough. It's in the northeast of England.
Yeah, northeastern part of England.
Yep.
How does a young lady in Middlesbrough, England, get interested in running?
So at home, it's more like club based rather than doing it through your school. So my granddad did marathons, so he basically introduced me to the track. But I was a sprinter, so.
Her granddaddy did it. Byproduct of your upbringing, so her grandfather was a marathon runner, and you just kind of followed his footsteps.
Yeah,
right?
well, he was the one who was like, "Do you want to go out and try out track?" So I was like, "Well, yeah." He always wanted me to be like a longer distance, but at the time I preferred the sprints. But now I'm obviously a middle distance runner, so it's worked out well, I think.
Now is he still alive?
Yes.
So he knows all about your accomplishments. I'm sure he's
they follow it. They follow it a lot. They've got to watch all like the national championships.
Wow.
Because it's streamed.
How often you get to see him?
So I get to see them Christmas and summer.
Cool.
So.
Hannah Seagrave again from Milligan College. So you have graduated. Now you have to go out and go into the real world. So
yeah.
What's your degree in?
So my degree's in computer information systems. I just graduated from Milligan. I'm looking for a job for when I come back in the fall.
So if anybody out there needs a computer person, here's your girl. And so she's looking for work. But between now and fall, when you come back, you got a busy summer running. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So it's about to get a little bit more crazier. So I just had nationals, and then I'm going to Nashville on Friday to race at the Music Distance festival, which is on the Saturday, and then Tuesday I fly to Germany and race on the following Friday there, and then I'm flying home and racing like the World Trials in England. So
the World Trials are in England.
Yep. So we've got a busy couple of weeks, but I'm excited. When
you train, for folks out there and I have no clue, when you train, What's a typical day for you as far as a diet? What do you eat?
So I normally get set with a cup of coffee and some cereal or a bagel. I love a bagel at the moment, but I normally have a cup of coffee and cereal, and then something like a sandwich for lunch, and then something not too big at dinner time, but depending what I've done in the day, run wise, I try and get something pretty healthy in.
So what do you absolutely swear off? Is it like biscuits and gravy? Is it banana pudding? What is something you look at and go, man, I'd love to have that, but I can't eat that because I'm running now?
Oh, I mean, it's really hard in America because there's so many good unhealthy foods here. So I love Pals. I love cheddar rounds and peachy tea. Yeah, that's like my go-to. But yeah, I try not to eat too much.
That's your weakness, is cheddar rounds.
I love cheddar rounds and peachy tea.
Peachy tea.
Yeah, the peachy tea. Yeah, I love that.
We're talking to Hannah Seagrave again from here in Milligan. So, for those out there who would like to do what you've done, how do you train? How do you get started? What age was it when you started running?
So I started running when I was 11. I actually was a sprinter, so I didn't even up to the point of me coming out to the States. I'd only ran up to the 400 meters. I'd done 1 800, and the reason I did the 800 was to try out, because Coach Lane was like, hey, I think you'd make a great middle distance runner. Obviously I was a sprinter, so I was like, I don't know, I need to try this first. So I did 1 800 before I left to come out to the States, and I was like, okay, I think I can do this. So then that's how it's basically progressed. I was a sprinter, so I think it's paid off doing the sprint stuff from a young age, and then moving into the middle distances as I've got older.
So she started out as a sprinter, and now she's a 4-time national champion, having won the 800 meters. Again, 800 dash. Is it 800 meter or 800 dash?
800 meters.
800 meters. Yeah, 4 times. So you win it the first time.
Yep.
Indoor, outdoor. Which did you win first? Indoor or outdoor? I guess indoor.
Yeah, indoor. So I won the indoor title, and then I won the outdoor last year, and then the 2 this year. So
yeah, indoor comes first and outdoor. So I would think, if I'm running against you, and I know you've won once, I'm going to set my sights on you going, she's not going to win again. I'm going to make sure I'm going to win as well as going to win. So you became the hunted, didn't you?
Everybody a little bit, yeah. You, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. No one wants to see someone win 4 times in a row, but... Yeah.
So in track and field, like other sports, is there a little trash talking when somebody gets up beside the line and whispers and said, I'm going to blow your doors off or something? Do that?
It really isn't like that. I feel like running's quite a friendly sport, to be fair. People are very nice to each other, so that's good though. I think that's needed.
When they shoot the gun off, it's
business.
All the friends go out the door. It's trying to be Hannah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
So it's fun.
Who was it? Someone you looked up to when you were running? Is there somebody as a kid you said, I like Steve Prefontaine or somebody out there, Jim Ryan? I'm kind of telling my age, but was there a runner that you looked up to, kind of wanted to be like?
Not probably. Now I've got more into it. To be fair, as a youngster, I didn't really I liked running, but it wasn't my main focus. I played soccer. Running was just another sport I played. It probably wasn't until I came to the state, to America, and started taking it as serious as I have started doing it. And I think one of the people that I look up to a lot is Melissa Bishop, which she's a Canadian runner, an Olympian, and I've raced her twice, I think, so that's been really good, and just I've got to see what she does and stuff, so that's really cool. So I think she's one of the people that I look up to.
Last question, I'll let you go. 2020 Olympics right around the corner. Is there a chance that Hannah Seagrave may try and qualify for the Olympics?
Yes, I think obviously we've got 4 years, so I think in the great scheme of things, I want to try and get to the trials again like I did last year, and see what I can do. So yeah, in the bigger picture, the Olympics is definitely on the cards.
4-time national champion. Olympic trials, you missed it by not much by representing England in the Olympics last year, the last Summer Olympics. So 2020 right around the corner. She started as a sprinter, and running wasn't even her big sport. She played soccer in England and was a sprinter in track and field, and voila, she found her niche, obviously. 4-time national champion. Last question, tell me about the education part of Milligan College. Look in the camera and give them a sales pitch. Milligan's a good school.
Yeah, Milligan's a great school, yeah. I've obviously, they offer a lot of degrees, and then, the professor, you can't beat the professors, nicest people around, willing to help you in anything really. Like, they've obviously been very supportive alongside like my running and stuff, just because you can be away for a couple of days. So I'd 100% recommend Milligan as an institution.
You're a sweetie. She's a class act. We appreciate her.
Thank you.
I know she's busy. Good luck this summer.
Thank you.
When you get back in town, I want to get you back on the show again, all right?
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll be back.
She's become a regular. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. And other guys have become regulars from our buddy Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press. He joins us next year as we're live at Milligan College. It is quiet right now because all the campers, they have gone up on the hill to have lunch. They'll be back here in a minute, about 80 or 90 strong. And so, Doug Fritz, we got lots to talk about. Cavaliers, did they have anything for the Warriors? I don't know. They got smacked down pretty good last night. I thought they'd come back, and they didn't. And then we'll talk about the hockey, because tonight we're on the ice in Nashville, the Predators and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So we have lots to talk about. Some high school sports. Doug Fritz joins us next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There he is. Again, we go from the, we had the Beast and the Beauty. Now we're back to the Beast. We had Gator and Hannah, and now we got Doug Fritz. And Is she not a cool lady? You were sitting there hearing that interview. What a classy lady.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. The interview was really cool because it's like a little. I was listening to a feature story because you were asking a lot of the same questions that I would have asked, and I told her there as she was walking away. I said, "Well, I've written about you in the paper a lot, but it's the first time I've ever met her face to face, and it's interesting to." To hear her accent and stuff, and she apparently could understand everything you were saying with that West Virginia drawl. So, I mean, she must have done some work on that.
There you go, country's cornbread. IMA is so. Anyway, Hannah Seagrave, 4-time national champion, and we kind of just say that, but I mean, you really got to be on top of your game to win the indoor and then the outdoor 800-meter dash 2 years in a row. So four times she went to the national championships and won this. It's not local. We're talking the national champion in that sport or in that particular race in track and field. So she was named the National Athlete of the Week several times. So very talented young lady. We're tickled to have her on. We're tickled to have this gentleman on too. Love this guy. Our friendship goes back a long way. NBA Finals, man. I thought after the Cavaliers got hammered, they would come out with a vengeance, and maybe they did. Maybe that's the best they've got, but they got pummeled again, 132 to 113, and I don't know if they got anything for them or not. I guess I said, I want your take on this. I said that by halftime of the next game, which Game 3 is Wednesday night in Cleveland, if they're not in, I think the first half is the series. If they can't get on their home floor and sustain some kind of a momentum and take the momentum away from Golden State. Of course, Golden State says, hey, we were down 2-0, we were up 2-0 last year and lost it. So the Cavaliers know that, but I think this first half Wednesday night is a big part of this series. What about you?
Yeah, I think so. You said that you thought they'd come out with a vengeance, and they did. It was 9-3. That was their vengeance.
There you go.
But, Golden State, the thing that I've noticed about these two games is the way Golden State attacks the rim and the fact that Cleveland has nobody there to protect the rim. And, basketball is a pretty simple game. If a team can get to the rim, Cleveland can get to the rim with LeBron and Irving. Golden State can get to the rim with about 4 different guys. But the thing about Golden State is when they get to the rim, even if you do somehow cut them off, they're kicking it out and shooting 3 ball better than anybody in a long time in the NBA. And so, to me, it's just a proximity game for Cleveland. How are they going to fix not having somebody to defend the rim? I don't know that that's fixable. So I was listening to a little bit of NBA radio on the way coming over here, and they were talking about, well, Cleveland needs to change the tempo, and they need to do, slow it down, limit Golden State's possessions. And that's true. I agree with that. But that's also the kind of strategy that, hey, we're grasping at straws, so we won't play like ourselves. We're going to try and just slow it down, muddle it up, and, maybe that works. I will say this, though. Last year was the same thing. It was like Golden State just rolled them the first 2 games. And until LeBron and company loses at home, it's not over. And I tell you this, too, Kyrie Irving last year, to me, was as big a difference as anybody in the series. He hasn't shown up like that in this series yet. They go back home. That Game 3, to me, is Kyrie Irving puts up 30, 35 points or Cleveland's done.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, too, because psychologically, Steve Kerr, I was reading his quotes this morning, the coach at Golden State. He says, hey, we were up 2-0 last year and lost those things. We know what's getting ready to happen when we go back to Cleveland. The place will be nuts. That's why I think that first half, if they don't come out, you nailed it. Cleveland doesn't come out and set the standard for these next 2 games at home by halftime of this first game. If they get into a situation they're down 10, 12 points again by halftime, it's like, the mojo ain't working at home, so we're in trouble. So I think this first half of Wednesday night's game, this is for me, is very critical. So we'll see. But, Curry's doing his thing, Durant's doing his thing. LeBron's, I guess doing his thing for all intents and purposes. Not getting much support, though, is he?
No, and it's got to come from Kyrie. Kyrie's got to play. He's got to play like 1A, or rather 1B. He's got to play like 1B. He can't be 2. He's got to be 1B. And so that, and that only gives him a chance. That doesn't guarantee anything. That just gives him a chance.
Gives him a chance. Yeah. Well put. As you can see on the screen, we're talking to Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press. By the way, the numbers last night: Durant 33 points, 13 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, 5 block shots. Curry, 32 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. Cavaliers wasted an all-time performance from LeBron, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 14 assists. So, again, 132 to 113, the final. They'll play again game 3 Wednesday and I believe Friday in Cleveland. Here's the next one up. There again, I'll be a terrible weatherman, but tonight on the ice, the Nashville Predators skate in Nashville, Bridgestone Arena. Martina McBride sang the national anthem on Saturday night. Hank Williams Jr. was in the crowd waving towels. I mean, it was like a who's who. Will be tonight as well. Predators, this is a brand new series after winning, like, not only did they win, but they won big. 5-1, I believe it was, the final on Saturday evening. So is this a whole new series, or was that a fluke?
I don't think it was a fluke. I don't think you can win that dominantly and it be a fluke. But, you know, I said before this series became what it was, I thought Nashville wanted Ottawa to win that other series, because Pittsburgh, to me, is the team they didn't want to play here. You know, they've got that experience, they've got that talent. And, you know, I don't watch a lot of hockey and don't have a great deal of expertise about it, but from what I was reading about in Game 1, you know, Pittsburgh is kind of a fortunate thing that the way that they, you know, being able to take advantage of limited opportunities and making that work for them. And that's the kind of thing that's hard to beat at this kind. You know, they don't have to have, you know, and they've struggled on power plays, but they can still beat you even if they're not scoring on power plays. So to me, it's still Pittsburgh's series, even if Nashville ties it up, which I think they got a great shot of doing. They still got to win at Pittsburgh. So, you know, it's tough.
Let's see, the hockey goes like this, 2-2-1, so they'll skate tonight in Nashville and go back to Pittsburgh. Of course, it's a 2-2-1-1, the first two in Pittsburgh. The second two, obviously, in Nashville Saturday and now tonight. And then it goes 1-1-1. Thursday in Pittsburgh, Sunday in Nashville is still going, in the outright game 7 will be in Pittsburgh next Wednesday night a week, June the 14th. So first one up, the most important one up, is tonight in Nashville. The Predators and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Again, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup. Again, Pittsburgh leads the best of 7. 2-1. They are the defending Stanley Cup champions, trying to go back-to-back for the first time since way back in the 90s when the Detroit Red Wings went back-to-back. So we'll see if the Predators have any gas in their tank. We're live here at Milligan College basketball camp. Again, if you're out there and would like to have your child come to a camp, that is fantastic. They do a phenomenal job. Again, this is the 3rd year I brought the little ones over here at camp. Love it. They are done until July the 3rd through the 7th in Irwin at Love Chapel Elementary. Going to do a camp there. Then they'll come back here July 10th to the 14th at Milligan College, and we'll wrap up one more. Then wrap up the camp season for basketball July the 24th through the 28th at Colonial Heights Christian Church. Milligan, Milligan Buffs, B-U-F-F, Milligan Buffs, short for Buffaloes, of course. MilliganBuffs.com/camps, and all the information is there. But let me give you a testimonial as a grown-up. Little people love coming here, and with good reason. They do a fantastic job, Coach Robinson and the staff. So, gosh, we talk football. We're not that far away from high school football, and right now, what can they or cannot do? Do they do 7-on-7s now? Are they in the weight room right now? Is June the month all the kids get away and do a vacation? What's going on right now in high school football? There's
a dead period coming up, and I didn't get a chance to look at the calendar, but during that 2-week dead period, they can't do anything, and some of the coaches, as far as the 7-on-7s, I think that some coaches emphasize that a whole lot more than others do, and you know, some of them like the tournament aspects of that. And I think that those things, if I'm not off base here, which I could be, usually summer's a time where I try and change gears mentally, you know, and think forward and look at the head of the school year. But it seems like that those 7-on-7s are more, like maybe a little bit more into July and stuff, right? As they're getting closer to actual practice time and so forth. And those practice times are coming up. I got an email today from Josh Kite over at David Crockett. They've already set their fall media day. So I mean, they're chomping at the bit with Gerald over there. So you know, it's an exciting time of year, and everybody gets excited about football. All the, you know, the athletic directors get excited because they know that there's going to be some money coming in through gate receipts, and the fans enjoy football, and it's just a good thing for Northeast Tennessee.
2 new coaches. Again, he mentioned Gerald Sensabaugh, the former NFL player, now the head coach of the Crockett Pioneers. Justin Hilton takes over for Sam Haney and Sullivan South. I think those are the two big ones, the two coaching changes I can think of off the top of my head as far as high school football. So the reclassification has been set. The private schools are gone. That is a good thing, obviously. So, again, you've got teams here locally that, Science Hill ought to be strong in this year. Dobbins Bennett ought to be improved. I think Elizabeth is going to be lights out. I think they're going to have a lot of horses in the barn with Carter Everett, Corey Russell, and Coleman up front, among other guys of the Hogs. So Elizabeth not have a pretty good season. Greenville's loaded again this year. So it should make, and we're talking early here, but we should be treated to a great football season in high school this year.
Yeah, and it was really neat the way, with last year with the, Elizabethton's run and Happy Valley's run, and, it's just some good football, good competitive leagues around here, and everybody's going to have to get used to the new leagues and see how that's all going to come out. What I'm hoping to do sometime over the course of this summer, maybe here in the next couple of weeks or maybe into July, I'm going to try and go through all the different sports with the new alignments and say, okay, here's what it looks like and here's what these teams traditionally have, without really knowing the specifics. I mean, I'll know some things. I know Elizabethton's got a load of talent coming back, like you said, and Greenville does too. Science Hill and DB are always talented, so, couple of new coaches, like you said, but it's going to be interesting because people got to get a feel for that. And for the past few years, Elizabethton they didn't really have a serious challenge in the league that they were in. And now that's going to change big time because Greenville's going to be in there.
Talking to Doug Fritz, Johnson Depression. You see on the screen tomorrow. We'll be right back here again, broadcasting live from camp. And then Wednesday will be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday will be at Champion Chevrolet. Then Friday will be at Food City in Colonial Heights. So we're loaded for Bear this week as well. We're loaded every week for Bear, and we appreciate the interest and the interest folks want us to come out and broadcast live at their location. We're going to put him on the spot here. Let's see what he's got to say. We're going to start with his beloved Hokies first, see what he thinks. The 2017 schedule's out, so here we go. Let's see what Doug says. It's just for kicks, obviously. The Virginia Tech Hokies open up with West Virginia at FedEx Field. Neutral site. You like the Hokies, the Mounties?
Well, there's never been anything good ever come out of West Virginia, so.
There you go. There's a shot across the bow. Okay. Yep.
Hokies all the way. Hokies by 35. No, really. If that should be Virginia Tech's situation, what they lost going into the NFL draft. Every game that I can't imagine there's going to be too many games where they're going to. So if they beat West Virginia, it's going to be a field goal or 4 points or something. But
you give them a W.
I give them a W there just because I'm optimistic.
All right, Delaware.
W.
At East Carolina.
That's always a tough one for Tech. I'll go L there as much as I hate to.
All right, he's 2-1. Old Dominion.
W.
Checkbook game. Clemson comes to town September the 30th.
Give them 2 losses for that one.
There you go. At Boston College.
Let's see. I was trying to remember the Boston College game last year. I'll go. It's a road game. I'll give them a road upset there. W.
Got him. All right. Again, 4-2 right now. He's got the Hokies. Off week on October 14th. Then you come back and you host North Carolina and Duke back-to-back.
Okay, a little bit unorthodox here. I'm going to say they beat North Carolina at home, and then they turn around and get upset by Duke at home.
5-3. Then you go to Miami.
That's an L.
Then you go to Georgia Tech.
Just on the hope that they can make a bowl game. Let's give them an L there too.
They're 5-5.
And then we'll give them the W against Virginia.
Virginia and Pitt.
Oh, they got Pitt in there?
Yeah.
That's an L. So we're saying what, 6-6?
Ooh, okay.
Now that's based on the fact that their quarterback decided he was an NFL player, and the NFL decided he wasn't an NFL player. And if they had him back, a lot of that stuff would be different. My feelings about it there, but I think Justin Fuente, who did an outstanding job last year, is going to have his hands full just keeping that bowl streak alive for them. It's going to be tough.
Talking to Doug Fritz, got him for a couple of more minutes. All right, let's run down Tennessee's real quick. At Georgia Tech, neutral site to get it started on September the 4th. Volunteers or Yellow Jackets?
Oh, that's a UT win right there.
All right.
They'll dominate that.
Indiana State,
W.
checkbook. Okay. At Florida.
Loss.
Okay. UMass.
W.
Checkbook. Checkbook game, write them a check. We're going to beat them like a drum, all right? Georgia at home.
W.
Okay. South Carolina at home.
W.
Okay. At Alabama.
Loss.
Said that so quick. UK in Lexington.
W.
Okay. Southern Miss at home.
Oh, W.
Okay. At Missouri.
Ooh. I don't really know a lot about Missouri for next year. Tennessee, that'll be an upset loss. Let's say that Tennessee will be a favorite and they'll lose that one on the road.
Okay. LSU.
At home?
Yes.
We'll give them a W. Bounce back from the Mizzou loss.
All right. And then Vanderbilt to wrap it up.
W. So what'd that wind up?
9-3.
9-3. And what are people thinking? I mean, am I in the ballpark there?
Yeah, pretty much. 9-2. I'm sorry. 9-3, 10-2.
Maybe could flip flop the Georgia and Mizzou. Maybe they lose to Georgia and beat Mizzou. You could probably go either way on that.
Yeah, Missouri's. That'd be the only one I would. I don't know. Missouri's
not that good.
In shambles. I mean, they've had a lot of problems in Missouri, coaching staff and so on and so forth. And see, their coach left because of health reasons, and I can't remember what the new coach has done. If it was last year, he stepped aside. Gary, went blank. But anyway.
So if everything else is there, then that's 10-2 if they beat Mizzou. So
10-2 if you beat Mizzou. So you got 6-6 for the Hokies and 9-3 for Tennessee.
And that's 6-6 for the Hokies. I mean, I'm a Virginia Tech fan, so it's hard to admit that. But I mean, they lost a lot of talent. Now they do have a kid coming in at quarterback, and if he pans out, they could maybe do a little bit better than that. Sounds like the Thundering Herds coming in here.
The Campers are coming back. You got a roll, I know that, so I sure appreciate you coming by here. So what are you working on this week as far as stories?
Well, I've been working on just a little kind of prep notes where I'm catching up. There was a ton of college signings in May that I just didn't have time to get to, so I'm kind of wrapping them all up in and talking about the TSSAA Board of Control meeting where they're going to talk about the baseball pitch count rule. I think the one change that they will make to that, I don't have any insider knowledge on this, so to speak, as far as whether they will. I know they've talked about it, but they have that rule in place where, say you throw 74 pitches, and you're going into your last batter, you throw one pitch to that batter, that's all that counts against your pitch count. So you throw 15 pitches to that batter, you stay at 75, which keeps you on the 2 days rest, and it's just confusing for everybody. I think they're going to get rid of that, because actually there was a team in the area that used that this year. They had a kid throw 74. He threw that 75th pitch, but came out after that batter, so he should have been on 3 days rest according to his total pitch count. Instead, he was on 2 days, and they brought him back to pitch on that third day when he should have been rested. So they're going to get rid of that. If you throw 80 pitches, that's your total, and that's the way it should be.
So they stop it at 75. You can pitch another 100 pitches. We're going to keep it at 75.
That one batter.
Oh, that one batter.
One batter. The final batter. But still, I mean, I was at a Braves game. We went to watch the Braves play one year. Matt Garza was pitching for I guess it was against the Cubs, I think. And whoever the Braves hitter was, his left-handed batter, I can't remember, but Garza threw 20 pitches to him. He just kept fouling him, threw 20 pitches to him. At the end of 2 innings, Garza had thrown like 45 pitches. But so, in theory, you could actually get into right in the middle of that 3 days rest and still only be considered 2, so it's a bad rule. They need to change that.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of crazy. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep. He's a good man right there. Our buddy Doug Fritz will take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we will talk a little baseball. Daniel Norris pitches tomorrow night. We'll tell you who he pitches against and where right after this break. Tom Dover Sports Show live at Milligan Basketball Camp. We'll be right back right after you hear this.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show. There he is on camera. Look at him. Here's our man, Bill. Why did you start laughing? It's like Huey and Dewey here on the camera.
Exactly.
Oh, I love this guy, Bill Robinson, men's basketball coach here in Milligan. You got a bunch of kids out here today. It's awesome.
Bunch of kids, yeah. I think we topped off at 86 today, so
awesome.
Great group of kids.
And you'll probably add some more. Typically, you add more as the week goes on, right?
Got a couple kids that have called in, hoping to get in tomorrow morning, so We'll see.
So what separates your camp from other camps with all kinds of basketball camps? We love this one because of what you do for the kids. I can give my side of the testimonial, but as a coach and your staff, what do you feel like separates your camp from other basketball camps in the area?
I think it's the same thing that separates Milligan from other schools. Just having Jesus Christ be part of our camp, and our staff loves camp. There's a lot of staffs that just don't enjoy kids or don't enjoy camps. Our staff loves camp. Just love the whole thing that goes with it. Just being with the kids and teaching them a game, but also just having fun and playing games. And you can tell when the staff has fun, the kids have fun too.
By the way, he will be going next week to the University of North Carolina basketball camp to work Coach Williams' camp for how many years now?
This is his
14th year. So what does that tell you about this man and his basketball knowledge and his integrity? Because he's going to go work. It just happens to be the national champion team. You were out there in the Final Four, so
I was.
In fact, you called me on the show live from Arizona. So you were out there with Coach Williams and the Tar Heel camp, and so. I know it's a stupid question, a setup question, but what was it? I mean, what did it feel like to be out there, be around a team that won the national championship?
What's neat for me is to be around my friends who coach down there and get to see them sitting on the bench and then get a chance to hang out with them after a championship. And I think they were as surprised as anybody that they won it. They've had better teams the last couple of years that didn't win it, and they were just shocked that this was the team that actually won it. So that was what's fun for me. See them cut down the nets and enjoy that time, and then go back to the hotel and get a chance to hang out with them and just spend time with your friends.
So where does that put Roy Williams in the all-time list as far as coaches and wins and all-time great coaches? Got to be up there now, doesn't it?
I think he would not put himself up there, and that's one of the reasons I love him so much. But he's got to be at least in the conversation now with the top 5 or maybe the top 5. I can't go any probably top 3. You still got a lot of great coaches up there, but winning this third, you got to put him up there in the conversation.
So he has enough horses in the barn. He should kind of challenge next year too, shouldn't he?
They're going to be different next year. They're post players. They had 2 graduate, and having Tony Bradley going in the draft as a freshman. Tony's a great young man, and I'm disappointed he's leaving, but you get an opportunity like that, you got to take it. But I think they're going to go small ball a little bit next year and use some of the athleticism that they have, and believe it or not, I think they're going to try to play faster next year. But we've taken a lot of the stuff that I've learned at Carolina camp. It's the same stuff we're teaching here, the exact same skills that you would learn at Carolina camp, you learn at our camp. It's just you don't get a chance to rub elbows with the Carolina players here.
We're talking to Bill Robinson. Of course, he has 3 more camps coming up in July. This is the last one in June, but in July 3rd through the 7th in Irwin at Love Chapel Elementary. Of course, back here on the main campus, Steve Lacey Fieldhouse in Milligan, July 10th to the 14th, and then he'll go to Colonial Heights Christian Church, July 24th to the 28th. I think it's neat you're taking, instead of them coming to here, you're kind of taking it out on the road, satellite camps.
It is, and we've actually been asked to come out and do some clinics, and that's how the camps at Colonial Heights and the camps at Gray got started, was doing clinics. And people said, well, why don't you just move a camp out here? And it's been a great opportunity for us to spread the net a little bit wider, I guess we should say. But already have 86 kids signed up for the camp here July the 10th through 14th, so that camp's going to be huge.
I was watching the little one over there. She has improved so much since last year. She came out here. I was watching the timing drill, whatever you do, the timing station right before lunch.
Yep.
She made 5 baskets, and she shot me a 5, and she's all jacked up. She's so competitive. Yeah. I didn't tell you this morning. I get a tap on my arm. Granddad, 6:15, time for camp. I said, it's 6:15. We're going to be ready. And she was jacked. She has been so excited to come back out here with this man and his coaching staff. She loves these kids, and I call them kids, the student athletes on the basketball team that help staff the camp. And so she's developed a bond, which is what you want. It's all about relationships. So can't thank you enough for that. Thanks your daughter, Sarah, we're going to have on the show here in a minute. Thinks she hung the moon. So, and as a result, we came out here. They wanted to come out here and watch the guys and the girls play this past season. That's because of the camp here. So
right.
That's what it's all about.
And that's what we tell our kids. We, come to camp, have fun, hopefully get excited about basketball. But we want them to come out and get a chance to see our kids play. We've invited a lot of the camp kids to even come to the locker room before the game, get to see what a pregame is like. I know they're not going to see or hear anything in the locker room that they wouldn't be able to hear or see in Sunday school. So it's a safe environment for them to come down there and get a chance to see what it's like behind the scenes. And I would have loved as a 10, 11-year-old kid to be able to see what a college coach does, a college team before a game, pregame, getting ready for it. And it just would have got me excited about basketball. Then to be able to come up and actually watch the game, see what we just talked about, and then who the best players are of the other team and get their numbers, and then watch them and see how we try to attack them defensively, offensively. So it's a great opportunity for us to be able to build relationships with these kids. And we've actually got a couple kids playing JV for us that came to the camp. And we actually just signed a kid, Phil Worrell, grandson. Phil was a longtime coach here. His grandson's going to play for us in JV this fall, and he started coming to camp here 10 years ago.
I dedicate my show to the Lord every day, and as a result, it's growing because He wants it to grow. This camp's growing, but you dedicate this camp to the Lord, and when you come here, you unashamedly say they're going to hear about the Lord at this camp.
Exactly. We'll do a time right before games are played in the afternoon. Do a short 10, 15-minute devotional. My mom used to call them halftime talks when we sit down and want to talk, and she would call them little halftime talks, and just a chance to tell a little story about Jesus. He taught in parables, and we don't really talk about parables in today's terms, but basically that's what we're doing. We're telling heavenly stories with earthly meanings, and just kind of, or earthly story with heavenly meanings, and be able to show a little bit about how we can connect basketball with our spiritual life.
There you go. We're talking to our buddy, Coach Bill Robinson. We're going to be back here tomorrow as well. College basketball as a whole, we've been around a long time. Healthy, not healthy, at a good place. What do you think right now?
I think it's at a very dangerous place right now with the one and dones and There's a lot more people leaning towards that direction, and I think the health is maybe not as strong as it was maybe 15 years ago, but I think the talent is only getting better. The kids, the young kids especially. I don't like the one and dones. I like when you can develop. Again, it's about relationships. Hard to develop a lot of relationships in 1 year of experience. And I think that's why I was excited to see Carolina win it this year with a bunch of kids that have been there for a while, and maybe some kids who, aren't even going to be NBA players necessarily. I think they'll get paid somewhere, but to be able to win it as a team, I think I like that. I'd rather see a team win it than a group of individuals.
So if you were the head of the NCAA, and I said, make the changes you think you need to make college basketball better, what would you do?
I almost would rather they do what baseball does. If you want to go and take right out of high school and get drafted, go. But if you go to college, you got to stay for, I guess it's 2 years, 3 years, whatever baseball is, 3 years before you get drafted again. And I think it might not be good for the individual kids because you'll have a bunch of kids that will just skip and go right away and they're not ready. But I think for the health of the actual sport itself, it might be better that way.
Interesting. They're trying to speed the game up. They're talking about putting an international three-point lane, even talking about raising the rim. Good, bad, leave it alone. What do you think?
I wish they wouldn't touch the game. I wish they'd just leave it alone. I don't like the 2 arcs, the charge arcs that they put in, and they're talking about maybe going 4 quarters for the college game because it's the only game now that's not played in quarters. But it seems like right about the time as a coach you start to figure it all out, they change something. So I would wish they'd just leave it alone and just let us play with the way it's been and been successful for a long time. Just let it go.
March Madness okay? Too many teams, not enough teams. What do you think about that?
I like it the way it is right now. I will hope they don't touch it. The playing games, I understand why they put it in. I didn't like that. Wish they just kept it at 64, but now that it's there, I think it'd be hard to go backwards, and I just don't want to see them add anybody else.
Before I let you go, I know you got a camp to run. Let's talk about your team coming up this year. You got a bunch of horses back in the barn. It's been a great year.
I'm really excited about this team, and the workouts we had this spring were great. We saw a lot of physical improvement with our weight room, and we added 2 guys to the mix of having everybody back that played really anyway. But we added 2 guards. We added a guard from Greensboro. We had talked about a little bit before Trey Johnson, but we just got a commitment recently from a kid from Texas that Deshaun Green's his name, and he's gonna push our guards. He's a JUCO transfer, but he's one of those homeschool kids that went JUCO because he didn't get recruited, not because he had academic issues or other issues. Great kid, loves Jesus, wants to be at a Christian college, but he's also somebody who could really help us take us to another level. He's an athletic guard, plays 1-2, and the funny thing is when a couple of the guys here found out he had signed, they went and Googled him right away, got on YouTube and checked out his videos, and then they texted me saying, "Is he really coming?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I think I'm going to go to the gym today. I said, "I think that might be a good idea." So you have to be competitive within our own team to be competitive outside your team. So we brought in a couple players that will push some guys, and I think everybody's got wide open to see who's going to play next year. So that makes it fun. Every day should be competitive in practice.
Doing a great camp. I know you get back. You're the camp director, so you get back at it, and sure do appreciate you. Come back out tomorrow. Let's talk some more tomorrow, and we'll be back out here again to promote your camp.
Sounds great. Thanks, Tom.
Yep, good man right there. Love this guy. Again, Coach Bill Robinson, the head coach of Milligan's men's basketball team, and also, of course, the camp director. 86 youngins out here. There's going to be more coming tomorrow. Always some last-minute stragglers, and some folks couldn't get here day one, and so on and so forth. Quick break. We'll come right back. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball, also college baseball, and also college softball. We're in the midst of trying to determine and declare a national champion in baseball and softball in college, and also the bigs. It's kind of a light day in bigs. A lot of the teams are traveling to open up series tomorrow night, so we'll take a break, come right back and take a look at Major League Baseball, also college baseball and college softball, all coming up next year on show number 532 of the Tom Doe Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back with the Tom Thurman Sports Show. There she is. Look at her. Now, you look at her very closely, you'll know who her daddy is because she's a dead ringer. Sarah Robinson, that, of course, is Coach's daughter. And on the screen, you see the Appalachian Athletic Conference Player and Defensive Player of the Year. Sarah Robinson, I don't ever remember interviewing somebody that won both of those awards in the same year. That's pretty phenomenal. You were the Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year. Which one means the most to you?
I don't know.
I mean, you like playing defense better or scoring better?
Defense probably.
Yeah. So Defensive Player of the Year. She's got 6 school records. You'll be a rising what, junior?
Junior, yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. Lady that's come, of course, from the Elizabethton High School program. Now she's at Milligan College and having a phenomenal career, needless to say. So let's talk about last season. What were some of the high marks for you last season? High water marks, memory makers.
Well, definitely going to nationals again. I remember we were all at, I think, Columbia College in South Carolina waiting to hear the results of another game to see if we would go. And we were all sitting together watching the game of, I think it was Reinhardt and probably Bluefield. Mm-hmm. And when we found out we were going, we all went crazy. And it's probably one of my favorite memories of this year was just everybody getting excited. And Coach Aubrey and Coach Bourne were hugging each other and going crazy, so it was a good time.
Special time. That's the memory makers, right?
Yeah, definitely.
20 years from now, I go, man, I remember we went to the Nationals 2 years in a row now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's it like when you go to the Nationals? Folks say, well, it's not the Final Four, it's not NCAA, it's NAIA, but still a big deal. Step me through your feelings going to the national tournament in, was it Sioux City, Iowa? Is that right? Yeah.
Yep. So we get there. We actually do a couple service projects while we're down there, and so we always look forward to that. We get to meet some really sweet kids while we're down there, and so it's not about us. We try to do some stuff in the community down there too as well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So.
I think we actually did 3 our first year, and we actually got a little burnout before our game, so we slowed down a little bit this year, but we still definitely did some stuff while we were there, so I love that.
So that teaches not about you, it's about them, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Again, they're all out here, 80-some campers all dribbling the basketball. I guess you can hear that in the background. We're here live talking to, as you can see on the screen, Sarah Robinson. So, Nationals, you get ready for this year. Tell me what's you expected this year from Milligan basketball.
We have a bunch of people coming back from injuries. We got Morgan Ghost coming back from an ACL, Andy Lamb coming back from an ACL. And they were both pretty key players before they got hurt, so I'm excited to have them back for sure.
What about recruiting? Has it got some recruits coming in?
Yeah, we have some really good freshmen coming in, not just in basketball, but just great people as well, and just some really sweet girls. I'm excited to get to know them better and get to play with them.
We're talking again, you see on the screen, Sarah Robinson, the Appalachian Athletic Conference Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. That's an incredible feat that you've accomplished. And I had Hannah Seagrave on earlier. Hannah Seagrave on earlier in the show, and she was talking about how great Milligan College is. Tell me about it from your perspective, Milligan.
Oh, it's just a great school. Just the teachers and all the coaches, and just how much support you get from just all aspects of the school, administrators, and like all my teachers. I had quite a few teachers who would come watch me play, and that just means a lot to know that they don't just care about what you get in their class, but they care about you as a person, and they want to keep up with you.
What are you majoring in?
Mechanical engineering.
That's awesome. Not underwater basket weaving, mind you, but mechanical engineering, which is pretty tough. Milligan's a tough academic school, so to take that and take that particular major, you got to crack the books all the time, don't you?
Yep, this next year is going to be rough academically, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. She'll be a champion in anything she does, obviously, so you're down right now. You're doing the camp, one of the camp members, and you love coming out and working with these guys, don't you?
I do, yeah. This is my first camp this summer. We did some like smaller, not really camps, but playing with some kids. I was in Belize last week on a mission trip. Got to play some basketball down there too. So just anytime I get to come out and play the sport I love with great kids, it's just a good day.
Last week you were in Belize?
Yep. Got back on Saturday.
So what am I missing? Seagrave's flying to Germany and England. You've been to Belize, and I get to go to Jonesboro, 5 miles down the road. So something missing this. Did you have a good time in Belize?
I did. I had a great time.
Mission trip.
Yep. It's my 4th year going there.
So you got to play basketball and present the gospel?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Tell me about some of the things you guys did down there.
We got to visit some schools and just see what their schools are like and help in the classrooms there. And then when they weren't in class, they have break time. We would play 5-on-5 just with whoever wanted to play. It was just really cool seeing how excited they got.
Awesome. All right, before I let you go, look in that camera and tell people why they should consider either coming to Milligan as a student or certainly coming here this fall and watch you guys play basketball.
Just you can't beat Milligan and just how close the community is, and just and we just got great people all around. So when you come watch us play, we're going to play hard and we're going to do our best, but we're not going to be dirty. We're still going to glorify God in all that we do, and I think that's really special about our team.
I think you're exactly right. In closing, who's someone you look up to playing basketball? Who's somebody you tried to emulate, either guy or girl growing up as a little girl, even now?
Well, growing up, it was definitely my dad, and my mom played too. When I got to Milligan, Lindsay Price, who just graduated, she's kind of been my mentor. She's not a big talker, but she was always not really yell at me, but to just kind of tell me to calm down on the court, and she really helped me get through my first 2 years. She was a great support for me.
Really? Great job. I know you get back out there. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
She is awesome. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We will, as promised, talk a little baseball next year. And also Daniel Monjay, the Sports Information Director of Milligan. He'll join us coming up here right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, there he is on camera, the Sports Information Director from Milligan College, Daniel Monge, and a dear friend and a good guy, and is the reigning Sports Information Director of the Year in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, right?
2 years ago, right.
2 years ago. Oh, well, is there a new one this year?
New one this year, yeah.
Oh, well, we don't care.
Walker McCrary from Truett McConnell got it this year. Did a really good job.
No, I'm just teasing. Congratulations, Walker, but we're partial to this guy because he does a great job, and man, it's been a great year. You've had some great individual accomplishments athletically, and you've had some great team accomplishments athletically at Milligan College. Tell me about it.
Yeah, athletically, well, individually, you just had two of our best athletes from this year on the show. Hannah Seagrave a little while earlier, and then Sarah Robinson right before me. Arguably, Hannah's the best athlete in Milligan history. She's got 4 national titles. A lot of conference, regional awards like that, and then some runner-ups too. A lot of good stuff from her. But team-wise, we did really well too. In the fall, we had our men's cross-country team win the conference championship. Both the men and the women went to the national tournament. During the winter season, our women's basketball went to the national tournament. Our swim team sent a handful of individuals to the national tournament. And then in the spring, we had our women's golf team. Obviously, both our track and field teams for indoor and outdoor sent individuals to the national tournament, and our cycling team rounded out the year with some good stuff as well. We're getting attacked by a ball here. For the women's golf team, I'll say specifically, they made some history. It was really cool. In the last event, it was the national championship for them. The team didn't make the cut. I think they missed the cut by about 5 strokes. It was an event that had a lot of rain, and they ended up cutting the event short by 1 round. But individually, we had Sarah Sun, a sophomore here. She qualified for the last day, and that's the first time in our history that we had a women's golfer make the cut, make the final day of the national tournament. She finished, I think, 26th overall.
Awesome
so good stuff for her.
Yep, we're talking to Daniel Monjay again, the Sports Information Director here at Milligan College. So kind of downtime now. I got a lot of camps. There's a soccer camp going on this week and basketball camp, but a lot of kids on the campus. But the student athletes at Milligan, they're gone right now.
Right. Outside of the camps, it definitely feels like a little bit of a ghost town. 2 weeks ago, I was coming to work and the parking lots were full. You'd come in, you'd pass 5 or 6 people on the way in. Everybody's office doors would be open. And now you come in, you're the only car in the lot. You don't pass anybody coming in. And then you come in and you sit down, and it's not uncommon in the next 2 months for me to just kind of only see 1 or 2 people throughout the day when I'm here in the office doing work.
So what, you update records as a sports information director? First off, folks may go, what is that? What's that mean? So tell us what you do and what goes on here in the summertime.
Well, whenever I explain, I always just point people to the athletics website and say that we do the athletics website, everything that's encompassed within the athletics site. So we do all the press releases that go through there, handle any kind of media or news coverage. We do all the photography for the sports. We do the updates for the schedules, rosters, player bios, all that kind of stuff. We do the stats at games. So yeah, the summer is definitely updating all that stuff. It's rolling over for new schedules. We'll be rolling out the new schedules for the fall this week. I've been updating the record books last week and this week, just trying to update everything in there and maybe add a little bit of volume to those. And then just some random stuff here or there. One of the projects I have each summer is to do the banners hanging up in the gym here to update all of those to reflect our new, any conference titles or national titles or national championship appearances that we had from the last year.
So you'll be updating those, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because we've had some. So Hannah Seagrave, again, a young lady we had on earlier in the show, 4-time national champion in the 800 meters, twice indoor, twice outdoor. Could she be the most decorated athlete in Milligan history?
I've only been here 3 years, so I'm sure there's people who might disagree who knew people from when they were here, from when just a different era. But I would argue that she is. There's nobody who's won more than 1, much less 4. And she's won 4. Granted, it's in the same event, but that's still tough to do, and that's still dominance over a career, not just one time.
And she said this, and she's right. All of a sudden she became the hunted.
Right.
People show up at the meet and go, we want to make sure she doesn't win. So that was kind of the catalyst for a lot of them to do good, is try and beat her.
Right.
So the pressure was on for her to repeat, and she did it 4 times. So, and not a nicer kid out there anywhere. I mean, I don't know, what's she, 20, 21 years old, computer information systems graduate. So anyway, Milligan College has lots to be proud of, and so now you're getting things ready to roll, and it won't be long when volleyball's back in here. And what's the other fall sports coming up?
We'll have men's and women's soccer in the fall, cross country, and then tennis and golf also have fall segments, fall and spring segments.
We're talking to Daniel Monjay. All right, let's switch gears. NBA Finals. Golden State dominant first 2 times they played. Same thing last year, but Cavaliers came back and won it last year. So same thing going to happen this year or not?
I don't think so.
No,
I think it's. My original prediction was Golden State in 6, and now I'm thinking 5, maybe even a sweep. Just think they have too many weapons. They had too many weapons last year, and they only got better, I feel like, with Durant, and I feel like they're playing a little bit better too.
So you're predicting Warriors?
Warriors in 5.
On the ice tonight, Warriors in 5, he says. On the ice tonight, there they are. The Nashville Predators on the ice tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Penguins or Predators? What do you think?
Predators. Gotta go with the Predators.
Can they win
Local team, somewhat.
Can they win it?
I think so.
Yeah. They tied up going back to Pittsburgh on Thursday. That's huge.
Right.
They can get that thing even tonight, and there's no reason why they can't. 5-1, beating the Penguins, the Stanley Cup defending champions. 5-1 is pretty impressive. So obviously they can do it. We'll see if they can tonight. Place, I was reading they had over 50,000 people downtown on Saturday in downtown Nashville. That's outside. I didn't count what's inside. So it is a huge, huge thing. And so the Predators and the Penguins skate tonight in Nashville, Bridgestone Arena. Let's see. How's your Braves doing?
They won yesterday.
Well, yeah,
I think it was 13-8. Yeah. Was it? Or was that Saturday? I think it was yesterday.
It was ugly either way.
But it was ugly, and it's been ugly, and it's probably going to continue to be ugly for the rest of the year, unfortunately. Still love them. They're still my team, but...
Oh, yeah. They beat the Reds. So
yeah.
Let's talk a little NFL. Your Falcons. What do you think's going to happen this year with the Falcons?
Hopefully not the same thing that happened last year. Although I would like to see them in the Super Bowl, and I think they do have a good chance at being in the Super Bowl. Ryan will be back. He's obviously a key piece. I don't think they really lost anything defensively. I haven't kept up much track. But I don't know. We'll see.
So this guy keeps records for a living, so he knows what I'm about to ask him. But when you look back at the history of the NFL, you have to look at the Patriots, one of the all-time great franchises.
Right.
Whether you like them or not, and I don't. Well, they're okay. I can live with them, live without them. But you got to respect Belichick. You got to respect Robert Kraft, what he's put together in Foxborough. Of course, Brady, and to me, they're going to go down as one of the all-time great football teams.
Right. And Brady, I would have said this before the last Super Bowl, that I thought he was the greatest quarterback of all time. Again, I'm, not familiar enough with 90s quarterbacks and quarterbacks before that, but I would have argued before last Super Bowl that he was the greatest of all time, and I think that kind of solidified it, because obviously that was a tremendous performance individually. Yes. For them to do what they did, as much as it hurts me because it was against my team, but yeah, that was good.
Talking to Daniel Monjay from Milligan College. Got our baseball segment coming up. Baseball, Major League Baseball, college baseball, and softball to close out the show here. We're live at Milligan College thanks to Grip Energy Drink, which is available again at all food cities. And you look at the Oakland Raiders, my team. They haven't signed Derek Carr yet. I don't know why, because you got Matthew Stafford out there from the Detroit Lions going to ask for a bundle and get it. I would have thought they'd have signed this guy and nailed it and put it to bed before, as it lingers. In fact, Carr said, once we start training camp, I'm not talking about it. So why would the Raiders not go get these guys signed, sealed, and delivered?
That's
a good question.
Good question indeed.
I thought you would have some insight into that. So, apparently not. So
no, it's puzzling to me too.
Yeah. College football, going into college football, who would you think would be a preseason team to be reckoned with if you're going to look at college football?
I think Alabama's always the choice there.
Crimson Tide,
Can't really go wrong with them.
No.
Not in the last 10 years, and probably not for the near future either.
SEC East, talk is to moving Auburn to the east and Missouri to the west. You like it?
I haven't really thought about it. I guess what all would be the implications there?
Just geographic. Missouri's more western, and Auburn to be more of an eastern team, and
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And kind of balance the power of the conference. So
yeah, I don't think it'll matter with Alabama, but maybe it would with Missouri.
What makes Alabama so good?
I think they've just did a lot of things right, and the foundation work, and it's just been a building process, I think. Once you get to that point, everybody wants to come to you. Everybody wants to play for you, and
program kind of sells itself, doesn't it?
Right, exactly.
Would you consider Saban one of the all-time greats?
I think so, absolutely. Yeah. I think you'd be hard not to.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
And kind of the same way with Belichick and Brady. It's like even if you like them or not, their efforts and their work stands for itself.
We're talking to our buddy Daniel Monjay from Milligan College. In closing, your website, how do we get there for the athletic department, and what will we find?
It's milliganbuffs.com. We redid it actually about a year ago. Actually, this time a year ago last summer. So we had a new look. It's still sleek and edgy, and we like it a lot. But yeah, milliganbuffs.com.
Sleek and edgy. I like that. Sounds like when you watch this guy run, he's sleek and he's edgy. So,
right.
He comes out here one day. I got to tell the story when we go to the break. Comes out here one day, I don't know, we were out here messing around. He picks up a basketball and drains 3 threes. I said,
I don't think that happened. I don't think that happened.
I said, well, I've shot a little bit here and now and then. Boop, boop. He's dropping them like rainbows in the bucket, 3-pointers. I said, Monjay, do these people know you can shoot the 3? And he said, I don't think so. I don't shoot much around any of the staffers. They didn't realize how good you were. I told Robinson, he was kind of shocked, really, that how good you were from the 3-point shot.
Yeah, you should see I've got a little disposal basket that's a basketball hoop down in my office downstairs. I think Rich Aubrey actually gave it to me. And I was down there this morning throwing some paper away, just draining them.
Draining them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. See, now he's getting cocky. Yeah, 42 pieces of paper in a row. So, yeah.
I did 8 or 9 in a row, and then I thought I'd try one no look, and it was nowhere close.
Appreciate you coming by. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'll definitely be here tomorrow. Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk baseball as promised and college baseball, Major League Baseball, and college softball next. I promise on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30 and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyTix.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
Trucks, and more trucks at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a huge selection of over 400 new Silverados to choose from, with over 700 total Chevrolets in stock, with savings that are bigger than our massive selection. Silverado Double and Crew Cab All-Stars, $11,000 off MSRP. Malibu LT, 20% off. 17 Colorado, $19,995. 17 Equinox, $21,445. Don't miss out on one of the best times to buy a new Chevrolet with savings that will leave you asking, how do they do that? At Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now, some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Tony Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We're live here again at Milligan College for a few more minutes. Brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. Let's run down, as promised, Major League Baseball from yesterday and last night. First off, with the Nationals, Atlanta all over the Reds. That's a big shocker. 13-8 the final. Braves playing so-so baseball right now. The Reds are not very good, and they continue to get worse. They beat them 13-8. Miami beat Arizona 6-5. Pirates all over the Mets 11-1. Mets now 11 games out of first place, or 7 under 500. They are not having any kind of a year that they had anticipated in New York. Philadelphia defeating San Francisco yesterday 9-7. Milwaukee shuts out the Dodgers 3-0. Nationals 11, Oakland 10. It was Colorado beating San Diego 3-1. The Cubs over the Cardinals yesterday 7-6. In the American League, Toronto beat the Yankees 3-2. Detroit 7, Chicago 4. Boston beat Baltimore 7-3. Cleveland blanking Kansas City 8-0. Houston 7, Texas 2. Minnesota beat the Angels 3-2. And Seattle over Tampa Bay 7-1. It's a light day in Major League Baseball in the American League. Houston plays at Kansas City tonight, and Toronto at Oakland. That's all you've got in the American League. In the National League, St. Louis will be in Cincinnati to battle the Reds tonight. St. Louis Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. Philadelphia to Atlanta. Bartolo Colon on the mound for the Braves tonight. San Francisco, Milwaukee, the Cubs at home against Miami. Washington against the Dodgers, and that's your schedule for tonight in Major League Baseball. Starting the new week in the American League, the Yankees 2 games better than Boston in the East. In the Central Division, Minnesota a game better than Cleveland. Detroit 2.5 games back. In the West, Houston with the best record in baseball. Again, they are in a phenomenal 41-16 on the season. A 72% winning percentage. They're now 13.5 games up on Los Angeles and Seattle in the American League West. In the National League, you have Washington 10.5 better than Atlanta in the East. In the Central, pretty tight race. Milwaukee a game better than the Cubs, 2.5 better than the Cardinals right now. And in the West, Colorado with a half-game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Arizona only 2 games back. So pretty good race there in the American League. So that's what's going on in Major League Baseball. Again, Albert Pujols did it over the weekend. Big A, as we call him. Grand salami of the Minnesota Twins, Urban Santana. And so he becomes only the 9th player in Major League Baseball history to hit 600 home runs. It was his 9th home run of the season. He is the 4th youngest player to hit 600 home runs behind Alex Rodriguez, Hank Aaron, and Babe Ruth. That's pretty tall company, folks. Pujols joins home run kings Barry Bonds and Hank Aaron as the only players to hit 600 home runs and 600 doubles. How about that? The only players in the history of Major League Baseball to hit 600 home runs and 600 doubles. Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, and now Albert Pujols. So he's also the first player to hit his 600th home run since Jim Thome joined the club back in August of 2011. He's joined the club with Bonds, Aaron, Ruth, Rodriguez, Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr., Jim Thome, and now Sosa at 609, and now Pujols at 600. Also, he became the first player ever to hit a grand slam for number 600. How about that? Out of all those players, he became the first one to hit a grand salami for his 600th home run. So pretty impressive stuff. Albert Pujols and the Los Angeles Angels, formerly, of course, of the Cardinals. College baseball, here we go. In each of the sites, satellite sites, you have on Friday Cal State Fullerton defeating Stanford to represent the Sunken Diamond from Stanford, California. Also from Chapel Hill, it was Davidson defeating North Carolina 2-1 last night. So Davidson, North Carolina play for the outright championship at 6 o'clock this evening. Also from Winston-Salem, Wake Forest beating West Virginia 12-8. Those two teams play in Game 7 to decide it tonight. Haven't been played in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. At Cliff Hagan Stadium in Lexington, it was Kentucky defeating North Carolina State 8-6. Those two teams play for the championship tonight at 7 o'clock. At Jim Patterson Stadium in Louisville, it was the Cardinals going to 50-10 now against Xavier, beating the Musketeers. The final was 8-7. At Doug Kingsmore Stadium in Clemson, South Carolina, it was the Clemson Wolfpack. Clemson Tigers. Checking on you. Clemson Tigers defeating the Vanderbilt Commodores. Again, 6-0. Those two teams play this afternoon at 4 o'clock. In Gainesville, Bethune-Cookman knocks off the Florida Gators 6-2. Those two teams play at Game 3, the rubber match, at 4 o'clock this afternoon. In Tallahassee, Florida State and Auburn will play that deciding game as the Seminoles defeat Auburn yesterday 8-7. In Hattiesburg, Mississippi, it was Mississippi State defeating South Alabama 7-3. And Baton Rouge, Louisiana, LSU shutting out Rice, beating the Owls 5-0. At Fayetteville, Arkansas, Missouri State and Arkansas got them in a shootout 11-10. In Fort Worth, it was TCU defeating Virginia 5-1. Today, Dallas Baptist will take on the loser of that game, Game 4, at 8 o'clock. We'll play that one at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Also, you have in Houston, the Cougars defeating Iowa 7-5. In Rip Griffin Park in Lubbock, Texas, it was Sam Houston State upending Texas Tech 9-8. In Corvallis, Oregon, you have Oregon State 8-1 defeating Yale. Final score: Oregon State 8 and Yale 1. And then at Long Beach, Blair Field in Long Beach, California, Long Beach State defeats Texas 4-3, and those will play for the outright championship at 11 o'clock tonight. So that's what's going on there in college baseball. In college softball, you're down to the championship series. The Lady Gators of Florida taking on the Lady Sooners of Oklahoma in Oklahoma City. Game 1 tonight at 7 o'clock, the best out of 3. Oklahoma at 59-9, Florida at 58-8. They'll square off at 7 o'clock tonight. And so the Lady Gators and the Lady Sooners, game 1 of the best of 3 for the softball championship of college softball here in the U.S. of A. So that's what's going on there. And so before we get out of here, let's run down for you what happened yesterday in NASCAR. Jimmy Johnson nails down his 11th win at Dover, the Monster Mile, tying him on the all-time wins list with his boyhood hero, Cale Yarborough. And so Yarborough and Jimmy Johnson now tied for the all-time wins in NASCAR. Leader heading off to Pocono this weekend, where Kurt Busch is the defending champ of the race. Martin Truex Jr. with a nine-point lead over the runner-up right now, Kyle Larson. Then comes Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Jimmy McMurray, Jimmy Johnson, your winner, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Clint Boyer, the top 10 of the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. And so big win yesterday for Jimmy Johnson. Again, this solidifies him. Only 3 drivers have ever won 10 or more races at a single track. That would go to Darrell Waltrip, Richard Petty, and now Jimmy Johnson, once again stamping his name in the record books all time for NASCAR. We're watching history in front of us. And so, again, Johnson matches his childhood idol on the NASCAR wins list, moves into the 6th place in the all-time wins list with his record 11th win at Dover. Here's your top 10. Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Newman, Chase Elliott. Then comes Daniel Suarez. Jamie McMurray finished 7th, Denny Hamlin 8th, Kevin Harvick 9th, and Danica Patrick with a strong finish. Patrick finishing 10th after qualifying 31st, again at Dover yesterday. And, of course, the next stop for the Monster Energy folks and the Xfinity folks will be this weekend in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. We know it as Pocono. So there's your next stop for the NASCAR season. And again, we want to, before we get out of here, tell you one more time about Jimmy Johnson. JJ now tying Cale Yarborough with 6th place in the all-time wins list. Richard Petty with 200. David Pearson with 105 in 2nd place. Jeff Gordon finishing with 93. Then comes Bobby Allison and Darrell Waltrip with 84 each. And now you have Jimmy Johnson up to the 6th place, tying Cale Yarborough with 83 on the all-time wins list again in NASCAR, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We've had a good time today. We've had Gator on from Cherokee Barbershop, Sarah Robinson from Milligan Basketball, Coach Bill Robinson, the camp director for Milligan Basketball, Doug Fritz from the Johnson City Press, and also Hannah Seagrave, 4-time champion of the 800-meter dash representing Milligan College, and easily, I would think, the most decorated individual athlete in the history of Milligan College, all here on this Monday, June the 5th, 2017. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours, And we'll rejoin you tomorrow again right back here one more day. We'll be here at Milligan College broadcasting for this great basketball camp. Again, he has, 3 more camps coming up. July 3rd through the 7th in Irwin at Love Chapel Elementary. Also, he has a camp coming up in July the 10th through the 14th here at Milligan College, and also July 24th through the 28th at Colonial Heights Christian Church. So a great camp with Christian principles, and you can't beat it. So if you're interested, go to milliganbuffs.com, BUFFs, short for Buffaloes, milliganbuffs.com/camp, and get all the information you need for the next 3 camps in July here at Milligan Basketball. Hey, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Until then, we rejoin you tomorrow at 11 o'clock from right here at Milligan College again. As always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for giving us a listen, and thanks to Grip Energy Drink being our title sponsor. And we're out of here. Until tomorrow at 11 o'clock, we say so long, everybody.